On today's episode, we're going to talk about Jason's heart and kind of the purpose of that and what that is, and maybe even help ourselves talk through this process a little bit.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, everybody. Here we go. So the big question is this. How are leaders like you that recognize people and technology are the backbone of the company they're building continue to make progress when they have no clear idea on how to develop individuals and utilize technology in a way that helps them remain profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. This is Tom and Michaela, and welcome to the Heart and Hustle Podcast. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Heart and Hustle Podcast. I'm Tom, and this is, of course, Miss Michaela, as I like to call her. How are you doing today?
Aren't I a Mrs.?
You are a Mrs., but yes, you are a Mrs. There you go.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful today. So, we've been talking about this for quite a long time now, this Jason's heart thing we have going on. We've been kind of throwing it down the road here for the past 2 or 3 podcasts and saying we're going to talk about it, and we kind of never do, but I think now is the time.
You think it's time to start talking about it?
I think it's time to start talking about it. As most of you know, or some of you may know, we started a nonprofit called Jason's Heart. We did this in December of 2020, kind of going into January of 2021, and the resounding effect of that is I think we're super happy about doing that.
We're excited about it.
Probably don't know what the heck we're doing.
We have no idea what we're doing.
But I think it's just a passion of what we want to do and how we're doing it. And we kind of want to talk through it here on this podcast to kind of, talk ourselves through it, but then also talk you through it as well as to what it's going to be, its mission, and everything else.
So what is Jason's Heart?
Well, first and foremost, Jason's Heart is a nonprofit which is focused on those going through behavioral health issues, mostly focused on those going through treatment for alcoholism or drugs and so on and so forth. It is a place at which when people are getting done with treatment and they're kind of in that final stage of kind of rejoining the community, rejoining, I guess, livelihood again to kind of get them out in the workforce. Jason's Heart is going to be a nonprofit focused on helping developing those skills for what I would call the top 5%, the top 1% maybe coming through those programs in terms of technology, social media, education, awareness, and then also a place for them to kind of get ready to go for that first full-time job. So the goal, I think, is for us to generate enough revenue so we could essentially award scholarships to these folks up to $30,000 a year of money to kind of employ them through Jason's Heart, to kind of educate them, train them, show them how to utilize technology, and kind of get careers in those fields of IT and also social media.
Yeah.
So
super exciting stuff. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And I think, when people come to that place in their life where maybe they've hit their rock bottom and they're looking for some hope, and IT field isn't going away, social media isn't going away. Right. And I think if we can offer some skills and education and help them get back on their feet and back into the workforce, and hopefully that hope will help them continue to move forward. That's right.
And, we as a company, we work with so many nonprofits as it is inside that field, and we interact with those folks on a daily basis sometimes. And we see them, we talk to their counselors, we talk to the executive directors that run those organizations, and, we see the energy, I guess, in the folks that are coming out of treatment that are kind of ready for that next step. And a lot of them, they want to kind of get in the fields of technology and IT and social media, and some of them have worked in those careers for quite a long time, and some of them are just kind of coming out of that path, and they want to figure out, what is the next step. And it's kind of our way in making sure that we can help train and educate folks as well inside that group.
Exactly.
So, and then
excited about it.
Another part of that is that, the folks in our community, we're going to be having daily, probably not daily, probably more weekly or monthly education courses on, how to apply for jobs, resume building, how to interview for jobs, how to conduct yourselves inside of a, work environment, conflict resolution type stuff and whatnot. So, but I'll let you kind of talk about that a little bit and the importance of that inside the workforce.
Well, I'm super excited about that. I think it's an area that unfortunately we're lacking in, even in our high schools. And I think, I look at resumes day in and day out, and I'm just kind of appalled at some of the stuff that comes across my desk that are being given to us by college graduates. And so I'm hoping that we'll be able to offer services just to kind of help polish that up a little bit. We'll have people who haven't had that much work experience, and we'll have people who are very educated and had their career, and they're looking for something new, but we'll be there as a service to kind of help polish some of those skills and help deal with some of the deeper challenges that they may face moving forward. Because if they are somebody who has had those careers and drugs and alcohol may have been an issue in their former work experience, we'll definitely have to help them work through some of that stuff as well. So just like you said, conflict resolution and expectations in the workplace and dealing with difficult situations and stuff like that. So
yeah, and I think my hope is to really kind of, probably spend more of a 75-25, for the folks to be employed roughly 75% of the time, and then 25% of the time, although still being paid, going through educational classes and awareness and everything else for up to 1 year, each person.
Yeah.
So I think the first year, my hope, my dream is starting third quarter of 2021, that we can kind of start to have the first class of probably hopefully around 3 to 4 individuals for the first quarter, at least for the first year, and kind of just see how it goes. Obviously, it generates. It's a big thing to generate that type of revenue, to have that type of giving.
It's huge.
To come in and to be sponsored and everything else. But to help with this, we as a company, we did move our facility to a much larger facility here recently. It's in the process of being built out right now, so we're super excited about that.
Very excited, yes.
And there's a whole place dedicated for Jason's Heart, so it's a very much of a laid-back type atmosphere. It's going to be a place for community and training and education and just kind of that lightheartedness and folks to kind of learn and be there and kind of be part of that for, like I said, up to a year. So
yeah, I'm excited about it. And I think, we will have very generalized courses for the masses, so to speak, but I think I can see us also having very individualized courses too, depending on that individual's past experience and what they're currently facing and how we can help them through the time that they're currently in and help them be able to move forward and just give them hope. Yep.
So it's super exciting. We've been endorsed already by several of our nonprofit friends that we work with, and they're very excited about it. Had many one-to-one conversations with executive directors, and they're very excited for us and very happy to kind of continue their growth because they themselves would love to see the folks that kind of come out of their programs to succeed and kind of be there in the community and grow and whatnot. And obviously we have a very, very deep understanding with those nonprofits and those folks that actually help those clients kind of get through treatment and kind of go to that next step. And we're here to kind of help continue that. So the executive director is Jason. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we get asked all the time, who's Jason?
Yep.
Why Jason's Heart? So I want to talk a little bit about that. Why Jason's Heart? What does that mean? What does that mean to us?
When we first decided to do this, it's been something in our minds for quite some time, and we have been unable to kind of figure out a proper name for this thing that we created. And we have an employee, much more than an employee, that works with inside Soren, Jason, and he is just the most giving individual that I have ever come across, and he works hand in hand with.
Yeah, he works with a lot of our nonprofits now.
Yes, and the ones that are focused on recovery and whatnot, and he kind of coined the term probably a year ago about people helping people, and that's really the gist and the mission of our organization now, and what Jason's Heart is there to stand for. And he has such a close and personal relationship with those nonprofits and has such a giving heart himself, and it's just unmatched. I can't match it. I don't think you can probably match it. It's impossible. So he's a wonderful man. So he's going to kind of lead the charge with these folks and help train, educate them, be there every day with them, and so on and so forth. He's going to be the wizard behind the curtain, I guess, if you will, and kind of focused on the development of the folks that kind of are going through that process, I guess. And so we're very excited to kind of have his leadership and, him around here to kind of inspire us to do better.
Yeah. I feel like he's the perfect fit because he's so gentle and so patient and so thorough in his training and just communication with the guys. And, I think he is definitely the perfect fit for that. So
yeah,
super excited about it.
I'm super excited, but if you want to, I'd be thrilled, but check out Jason's Heart. I guess the websites are up, jasonsheart402.org. Facebook and Instagram is definitely active. We're trying our hardest to get the social media site up and working. Hopefully in the next month or so, that will be, I think, finally complete. Just been super busy
active.
On a lot of other things going on in our world, but we are going to be spending a tremendous amount of time this summer focused on that and the building out of that program.
Yep, super exciting stuff going on. Lots happening.
Lots happening.
To do. Okay.
There you go. Well, this was a brief episode, everybody. I just wanted to kind of introduce Jason's Heart, and we will be talking about that, referencing that, and hopefully through the next several podcasts and several months on end, we can kind of reference back and look back to see where it was at and where it all started from.
Yep.
All right, everybody.
Super excited.
Take care. Catch you later. Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.